everybody. Good evening to you. How are you? It is late here. It's after 11. I was tired earlier, so I took a nice long nap and I woke up and my place is icy. It's so cold in here. 31 degrees outside. I don't even know what it is inside of my house, but oof. I woke up and Foodie had done a very short video saying she's made a decision about her channel. She's not going to talk anymore about her private affairs and she's going to focus on doing food videos from now on. And mukbangs, even though the mukbangs are what got her in trouble in the first place with her health. So I've got some thoughts and I want to share them with you. And I just wanted to do that. She did a live stream also. It was kind of a nothing burger with relish. I'm going to go over that and see if there's anything worth talking about. If not, I'll leave it alone. But I want to share my thoughts about her video. So let's just bring it on up. I did notice, Chantal, that it's an 8-minute video. You made it just long enough to get monetized. And 1 minute of that was just the cameo infomercial. So like, tell me you're desperate for money without telling me you're desperate for money. You've been doing a lot of live streaming lately, making the live streams as long as you can, although that would not be a bad thing if the live streams were interesting, which they're not. But you are just scrabbling for that money, aren't you? Yeah, you are. But let's go ahead and play your video, Foodie, because I've got some stuff to say.
Guys, hey, welcome back to another video. I want to start by saying a big thank you to the sweetie who made the cute art I will be using in this video. So, I have decided to make another.
By the way, that kind of bothers me. That really bothers me. You want to get to 100K, do you not? To the point where you are buying subs to make it happen. You desperately want to get to 100K. At the same time, you're not willing to put into work on your channel. You're not creating your own artwork, which is fine. Some people just can't do artwork. Hi, Booger. Hold on a second. She's crawling up here. You don't want to do your own artwork. So you're relying on Beezers to do artwork for you. And what bothers me about that is you're not giving proper credit to the people who are doing the artwork for you. If you are using somebody else's content, even artwork, you should credit the person, don't you think? I think that would be the more proper, polite thing to do. But you're just saying thanks to somebody, but that's not giving them proper credit. Anyway, let's keep going.
Change to my content. Recently, I have decided to make my entire relationship private, and I really like this. So,
You're making it private because there's nothing to talk about. There's nothing to say. And if you guys want further proof, she provided it herself. Because what do we love here on my channel? The fact that Foodie lies and then Foodie tells on herself. So let's go into the telling on herself portion of why we love her. Okay, so pinned by Foodie Beauty. She did this. She says, at the end of the video, I know I referred people to watch our couples channel, but I mean our videos already there for those wanting to see some of Kuwait. We have no plans to continue with the channel. So the couples channel is essentially dead. That means he's not coming back to do videos with Chantal probably for quite a while or ever. So Salah is out. So she told on herself. Anything having to do with Salah, he's done. He's just going to be in the background, collecting his paycheck, earning his pay by running her errands and going to get her groceries. But the couples channel is essentially done. Whatever content is on there, and they're going to leave it on there to make whatever money they can off of it. Although I don't think anybody's going to be watching it because it's not riveting content. But thank you for telling on yourself, Chantal. Once again, we appreciate that here very much.
So, I have decided to do the same for some other things in my life as well. I have decided to keep anything related to my health private. That includes anything related to my weight also. I will not be talking about anything health related at all, or how I'm feeling, etc.
Well, thank you for that because we are sick and tired of hearing about the sciatica that you do not have. We are sick and tired of hearing you complain about your health and not doing a doggone thing about it. But what's mystifying me over here, Chantal, is you aren't going to be talking about your health. Okay, that's okay. Uh, but then you go on to talk about doing mukbangs. Now, if you're someone you have an issue with food, is that the thing you should be doing? Doing food related content. And we know what kind of food you're eating over there in excess. Should you be doing mukbangs? Because I don't care what you make on camera. I don't care if you make a healthy meal. There's what you do on camera, and then there's what you do off camera. You could easily do some kind of a healthy meal on camera, eat that, and then after the camera is turned off, eat your fast food and nobody would know. But even if you keep your eating of the fast food secret from us, the truth is going to show itself in the form of more loss of mobility, more health problems, and possibly being bedridden. So, focusing on food, is that the thing you should be doing? No, no, you got to pick some other kind of content.
When I make content from now on, it will be totally unrelated to anything private about myself. I will not tell the internet any more about my mental health, diabetes, weight, etc. I'm planning on making videos and live.
By the way, Chantal, even if you decide to stick to your word, which I am not putting a whole lot of hope into that because you change your mind a lot. Even if you don't talk about, say, diabetes or your mental health or anything anymore, the topics are still on the table. You do realize that, right? That once you put them on the table and make a big deal about them, they're forever on the table and you can't take them off. Just because you decide, I don't want to talk about these topics for 5 minutes, it doesn't mean everybody else is going to stop. If you get on camera again, you turn your camera on, and you decide you want to do your mukbangs and you're stuffing yourself full of food, you're eating an excess of 12,000 calories a day, and you don't look healthy, your breathing is labored, your mobility is crap, people are going to mention those things in reference to that. So trying to make all of YouTube stop talking about your diabetes, your mental health, your lack of mobility, your labor breathing, not going to happen. You introduce a topic, it's forever there. Same thing with the scat man. We'll forever talk about that too.
live streams going forward. The videos I would like to make are basically cooking and eating videos. So I'll probably start my video.
You know, Chantal, you want everyone to have sympathy and understanding and empathy and compassion for you having an issue with food. You want everyone to feel humane in that respect. At the same time, you're exploiting what's wrong with you. When you take a person who has BED and you put them on a channel, or they create their own channel, and they go completely hog wild with the food, they're having a bee moment right in front of the camera. They broadcast it to everybody. That's self harm content. Sorry, that is the truth. Now, I know what your argument is going to be. You're going to say out loud, well, there are other people who do mukbangs. Yeah, but they don't have an issue with food. They can do their mukbang in front of a camera, and then once the mukbang is over, it's over. But you're not in that category, are you? Because even when the camera is turned off, you don't stop. And if you do live streams where you are hyper focused on food, you start talking about food, people in your audience start talking about food, what is going to happen? You're going to want to eat more. And at over 500 pounds, should you be eating more? Especially all the junk food and the processed food that you love so much, because you're not craving healthy food. Let's be real. Let's be really real. You don't crave the healthy food. You want the processed stuff. You want the stuff with the sugar and the salt. You want the stuff with the oils and the grease in them. That's what your bee monster is craving. If your health is already incredibly bad to where you're housebound or close to being bedbound, should food be your content? No, absolutely not.
With some cooking clips, and then finish with some mukbanging of what I prepare. I have some recipes I would like to share and some new ones I would like to try. For the live streams, I will develop a VTuber style of streaming and will try my best to come up with some theme nights or gaming, but I will completely ignore any comments or questions that I do not feel comfortable answering or that are too personal. So don't take offense if this happens to you. I remember reading a quote.
Well, you know what, Chantal? I think instead of being a jack of all trades, master of none, you should focus on something that you have a real passion for, a real passion, and not be trying to dip your fingers into all kinds of pots all at the same time. You know, find something you're passionate about that you really have a serious interest in that doesn't involve food. Because if you have a passion about something, people will really pick up on it. You'll be happy to do the content and people will be happy to watch. But you're talking about doing cooking videos combined with mukbangs and then doing gaming content. Pick a lane, ma'am. Pick a lane. Stop trying to explore 3 or 4 different lanes all at the same time. If you don't have a passion for gaming, then don't do gaming. If you don't have a passion for cooking, then don't do cooking because it'll be very obvious to the audience that they're watching somebody do something for the money rather than the love. It's an added bonus if you could do something you love and be monetized and make money off of it. But first, you have to love it. If you hate it or you're really not passionate about it, people are going to know. You're not really a gamer. You've never really been heavily into video games. So if you're not passionate about something, you're not going to stick with it, are you? Just like you did the ASMR channel. You did it because you thought you'd get attention, make some easy money, and then you abandon it. And the couples channel, that was contingent on Salah being there. And now that he's not, that's a dead idea. So time wasted on something that went essentially nowhere. You really should stop creating different things for the sake of money and just pick stuff for the sake of, I really want to do this. I'm really passionate about it. And that's why I'm making a channel in the first place.
But there is so much peace in living a private life and not telling anyone your business, especially not the internet. And it's so true. I have shared every aspect of my life pretty much for 6 years.
And that was your choice. Who told you to do that? You chose to do that. You chose to do that, Chantal. You did. Nobody told you to overshare and turn yourself into a lolcow. You made that decision. And you want to know why? Because, what, 6, 7 years ago, you were a baby YouTuber. You made a channel, as we all did. You had your humble beginnings where you made your channel and you weren't quite sure what you wanted to do with it. You weren't quite sure what direction you wanted to go. So you did all kinds of different content. You did shopping hauls. You did makeup looks. You even did a couple of video game playthroughs. I was shocked to find that out. But you were trying all kinds of different things. And then you wandered into the mukbang section of YouTube, and that was your undoing. That was that was bad. That was really bad. You found the mukbang train, you hooked your wagon to it, and once you started getting those views and once you got monetized and making that money, that was the start of your undoing. That was the start of your ruin. And you kept it up because you just got obsessed with the views and the money and people surrounding you and giving you attention. And it was being monetized, in my opinion, was the worst thing that could have happened to you, because that's when you started to change who you were. You became an over exaggerated caricature of yourself. But you chose to keep the train going by turning anything and everything into content, every little thing wrong with you, every little thing wrong with somebody else, bringing in story times, talking about people from your past that really don't give an F about you these days. All of it. And now, here we are, 6, 7 years later, you've arrived at a place where you don't know what to do. You've exhausted every little idea that you have for content. You've taken this thing as far as it could possibly go. You talked the same subjects to death. Like, your content has gone stale. And the only thing that can really save any and all of this is by revamping yourself and revamping your channel for real. And be honest. Stop lying to people. Stop making up stories. Honesty would revamp your channel. Like, honest honesty, sincere honesty. Really caring about yourself, caring about your viewers. That might actually save it all. Although I'm going to be honest, I don't hold up much hope.
And this channel anniversary, which just passed, I want to try and be consistent with bringing you content that is not about my life. When I can, I will do travel content as well.
Okay, you know what?
Even vlogging around.
Hush, 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 Foodie, hush. Wait your turn. The adults are talking. But you're a narcissist. You like to have your face in the camera. You like for everything to be all about you. So that's a question that I have now that I think about it. How are you going to do content that doesn't revolve completely around you? I watch different cooking channels. The star of a cooking channel is the food. Granted, there's somebody presenting the food and making the food, but the food is the main star. The camera view is on the food, making the food, showing the ingredients. How are you going to do a proper cooking video and not have your face in the camera? Because you want that attention. If you make something else the main attraction, how are you going to deal with taking yourself out? Or is the reason why you're doing cooking / mukbang videos because you can cook the food and still be the main star courtesy of doing the mukbang part?
Kuwait is not health related, so I can also do that. And also shopping hauls as well. I will leave you with a final health update though, because I already mentioned this anyways.
And I'm going to give my 2 cents on that, Fraudy. The shopping hauls, who cares? Who cares what you buy? You don't buy interesting things. You're not good about picking things out for yourself. And I know that sounds really, really mean, but you don't know how to shop for yourself. You don't know how to buy clothes that are flattering for you, that look good on you. You need a stylist. Like, your shopping hauls are boring, ma'am. Lots of us go out and get our groceries. We don't make entire videos about them. You've done entirely too many shopping hauls, grocery hauls. That's not real interesting content. Although you may think it is, it's not. Nobody needs to know what groceries you buy that week, what you're putting in your fridge. Nobody cares.
In my recent live stream that I am on the mend, alhamdulillah. I did not need a wheelchair.
Yeah, so after people started talking about how in her live stream where she didn't show her face, they could hear her plopping into her chair and doing the mouse clicking, which means she was sitting at a desk with a computer. Suddenly she's all better. Oh, look at me, I'm cured. You weren't sick to begin with. You never have sciatica. And the react I just did, The one where you were going after FFG, I did notice something, although I didn't bring this up. So the part in the video where you went to pull up her, um, excuse me, driving part of the video, and then she privated it. Y'all can go back and look if you like. So she was at the microphone, and then you hear her quickly move across the room. Like you can hear the audio quality of her talking. She walked away from the desk, and then she came back. Miss, I've got back pain, and I'm having trouble moving, and I can't move. She was moving pretty quickly there when she got mad at FFG. Suddenly, she's all cured now, though.
today at the clinic, and I was able to do a lot more walking and activity than usual with much less pain. Once I'm well enough, I will be back to planning some travel. I will not let anything hold me back, even if I have to roll around on the ground to get there. I will not stop living my life in any way I can. I know many of you enjoy the cooking and mukbangs, and
No, you enjoy the mukbangs. You enjoy the mukbangs, and the people that have the food interest, they enjoy them, but nobody else. That's something you don't understand, Chantal. Out of the 100% of people in your audience, there's that small section of people that they are there just for the food. They're not there for you. They are there for what you can give them. But by catering to that small section, you are ignoring the larger section of people that are there for you, and they want to see you do all kinds of interesting things. You're ignoring them because you're so focused on the fetish people and the fact that their fetish revolves around something that you have a problem with and you're not ready to quit. Walker. So, sorry, she's a bit twitchy. But you're ignoring the majority of your audience. You are. You want to focus on the cooking. You want to focus on the food. You're scared to death to take it completely out of your content. Because if you take away the food, what is if you take away the food, could you still call yourself foodie beauty? You drifted into very scary territory, Chantal, where food is not just your content. It is not just something that you are literally addicted to. It has become your identity. Seriously, it's your identity. And if you care, you'll fix that. If not, you won't.
a lot of you don't. That's okay. One does not have to watch content they don't enjoy. Actually, I wouldn't recommend doing so. So, yeah, that's my plan for the channel.
Wait, what? I'm going to do this content, but I'm not going to recommend it. So, you're going to make content that might trigger people, especially those that have food issues, but you're okay with that? You're going to do content that you would not recommend to many people, huh? So you're saying without saying this content is not entirely positive and it's not good, so don't watch it, but I'm going to do it anyway. What?
Going forward, I like having a mix of both recorded videos as well as live streams. My real dream, though, is to travel and experience as much of the world as I can. So far, I've been to the United States, in particular Florida, New York. I've been to Cuba, Kuwait, Qatar, and Thailand, and more to come, inshallah.
Yeah, and isn't that sad, Chantal, that you have been to more than a few places? You used to live in Canada. Beautiful place. So much to see. It's huge. Did we see much of Canada while you were there? Not really. Then you went to Cuba. Did we see much of Cuba? No, not really. Not at all. You stayed on the resort, you stayed near the buffet, you went to your hotel room, and that was basically it. Kuwait, have we seen much of Kuwait? No. I mean, you've been to more than a few places, but there's no footage on your channel showing some great adventures. There's no footage that is highly interesting. It's just you gave us the basic bare minimum. How sad that you went to those places, you paid all that money for that travel, and you didn't get much in the way of footage. Oh, and I forgot about Thailand. You went to Thailand. Was there any footage of the beaches? Nope, didn't go to the beach. Didn't dare go to the beach. What a shame. Thailand has some beautiful beaches.
It might not seem like many places to some, but for someone like me with anxieties and health issues, it's a good start. I never thought I would want to travel or that I would ever travel this far and live in the Middle East. This goes to show that no matter how much future planning you do, living in the present is more important because plans always change. Things happen. We change. Life changes. Long term planning just doesn't work well with me, and I'm too spontaneous and change my mind too frequently. It also shows that anything is possible if you allow it. Now, I know I have said the same thing many times, and I always go back to
Who is making this artwork for her? This is so not her. This does not look like Chantal. Who's making this fantasy artwork for Chantal?
oversharing somehow. But I really think I will stick to my guns this time, guys. I think it's because before I didn't actually value my privacy. And I would clam up in the past due to being overwhelmed with the internet and the constant opinions on how I should live my life, what I should eat, so on and so forth. That would become too
You know, Chantal, if you're over there valuing your privacy, that's fine. Why don't you value your life? Do some self care, like care for yourself. You're talking about, I'm going to value my privacy. Well, what about your life? What about your health? If you value your health, is it a good idea to do mukbangs? Nope. Should you be doing them if you have BED? Nope. Nope. There's a channel on YouTube, Chantal, called Jamal Get Right. And he's using his channel the right way. He's using his channel to hold himself accountable, connect with people. He inspires people. He's got a lot of great positive energy. I mean, he's just fabulous. And he shows his ups and downs. If he gains a couple of pounds back, he says so. He shows himself on the scale. He shows exactly what he's eating. He's using his channel in the right way. You, on the other hand, are using your channel in the absolute wrong way. You are indulging in food on camera and off. You're having B moments in full view of the public and monetizing them. You're monetizing your self harm, which can lead to triggering other people on YouTube. And you know that, and you don't care. You even go out of your way to look for people that are in recovery by tagging your videos as such. If you don't care about your health, you don't care about your health. But at least have some respect, please, for those who are trying to be in recovery, and stop tagging your doggone videos and compromising perhaps other people's recovery. Can you at least do that? Thanks.
overwhelming for me. Well, now I do get overwhelmed sometimes, but I'm more used to the social media environment and its ways. And this time, I just simply value my privacy more than ever. Now, I am sure people will attribute this wanting the privacy solely so I can binge eat and do what I want without accountability. Well, the part about being accountable is sort of true because no, I don't want to be accountable to strangers on the internet. Now, please know so many have helped me through tough times, and I know many of you care, and I appreciate you guys. And maybe I can make a private Discord server to talk to caring people, and we can be a support group or something.
A support group, is that what we're calling it now? Look, I'm not saying you can't make a Discord, Chantal. Feel free to make a Discord. Feel free to invite people in it. That's your choice. That's your right. That's your freedom. But you're talking about protecting your privacy. Okay. So, can anybody imagine what her Discord might be like? Because Chantal is famous for trauma dumping and trauma bonding. She's got a whole lot of beezers. Who is she going to invite into that Discord? For what reason? Is she going to invite all of her feedies in there so they can privately talk to her? Or is she going to find people in her audience that are absolutely brainwashed from Chantal that she's going to dump all over them over and over and over again? And that's how she's going to get around doing it on YouTube. If she can't do it on YouTube, let's do it in Discord. Although, Chantal, if you do your dumping on Discord, you're not going to get paid for that. I know you don't like doing things for free. So, are you going to dump on people for free in Discord? Methinks not. Methinks you want to get paid for it.
But I do not feel I need to be accountable to strangers. It is much healthier to seek support in real life from people I know and trust. And I used to always say that opening up online was like therapy to me, only to completely be blind to the fact that it is also simultaneously damaging my mental health.
Hey, Miss Selfish over there. Hey, Selfish. Did it ever occur to you by constantly dumping on people online, you're hurting somebody else's mental health? You're hurting somebody else's emotional health with all that constant dumping. All you're thinking about is yourself. Oh, it damages my mental health. What about the people in your audience that have to listen to you day after day after day after day after day after day after day? Constant dumping. Do you want to know why you're having trouble getting the views these days? Do you really want to know why your money is not so great? It, of course, it's because the quality of your content sucks anymore and it's stale and you talk about the same things. Those things do apply. You have created, ma'am, a negative environment where there's no good energy. Your emotionally manipulative tactics have come back to bite you in the butt. When you create a negative environment for your viewers, where every single freaking time they turn around, you got a clickbait title or a live stream where you're acting like you're in distress, you're in trouble. You create this environment where your subs can, or your viewers cannot relax for just 5 freaking minutes. They're always worried about you. They're always concerned about you. What's wrong with Chantal? Is she okay? What's wrong now? And you come online and you trauma dump and you dump about your problems. Oh, I'm so sick. Oh, I went to the hospital. I've got this. I've got that. It's a person can get to a point where they're oversaturated with it all. They're oversaturated and they are soaked to the bone with the negativity and they got to walk away. They got to step away. They can take in no more. They're like, I'm done. Stick a fork in me. I'm done. Put butter on me. I'm toast. That's the environment that you created, Chantal. You don't let your subs just relax and not worry about you. You've not created an environment where they can enjoy the content and just talk to you. I mean, it's okay to vent once in a while, but dumping and dumping and dumping and treating your channel and your viewers like your own personal junkyard? No, 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 no. That's the environment that you have built. And people are tired. People are tired of the stale dump garbage that you spew upon them every day. You seem to think that you are just the most important person in the world. You're the only person with problems. I got news for you. Every single person in your audience, I'm sure they have their own issues going on. They got their own problems. But they don't get online and spew their stuff all over people. They handle their business. The worst part about you is that you spew stuff at people, but then you don't handle it. It's the same issues over and over and over again, repeatedly, day after. Just people are tired. It's not fun. Your channel is not fun. The fun has gone away. That's why your channel is on the decline. There was a sense of fun before. There's not a sense of fun now. The fun factor is missing. And I know what your defense is going to be. Well, I don't want to do party favors. I don't want to be messed up like that. You don't have to be. You can do whatever you want. But just make it freaking fun, will ya? You don't have to rage if you don't want to. But bring back the fun. Stop dumping on freaking people. We're tired. We're tired of hearing your mess. You're almost 40 years old. Grow up. Handle your business.
There is tons of content I can make that doesn't involve me exposing my privacy in any way. Please know, as viewers, that this new approach will lead certain people to become desperate and speculate all kinds of made up theories for drama and views. And I can guarantee you none of it will be actually truth or fact and will no doubt come without proof. No doubt you will see people saying Foodie Beauty wants to clam up so she can binge in private. Listen, the fact that I have binge eating disorder is not a secret, and I have a right to deal with these things in private. I have a
Yeah, well, you've not been dealing with them. You're not going to therapy. You're not talking to anybody. You're not doing inpatient. So you're not exactly dealing with it. You're not dealing with it very well, are you? You're an idiot, Chantal. Knowing what kind of environment that you were going to be walking into, you flew right back over there. And what I said would happen has happened, hasn't it? I said that your issues with food, like the amount of food you'd be eating, would be 10 times worse, and they are. Because when you have that issue going on, the more upset you are, the more lonely you are, the more bored you are, the more you're going to eat. You have nothing to distract you, nothing to pull you away from food. You went right back over there, though. Big idiot. You did. To a man that didn't love you, to a lonely, boring environment, you chose to do that. You set yourself up for that, knowing that was the worst idea ever. And yet, you won't do what you need to do and get yourself back home to Canada where you can fix your life. So, hey, you're making your decisions for yourself. It's what you want to do.
right to not want people to exploit my problems online for their profit.
I beg your pardon? Excuse me? People exploit your problems for profit. Ma'am, the irony of that coming out of your mouth when you have come online for the last 6 years and that's all you've done. You exploiting all of your problems for profit, every single one. You even made some stuff up. You're so desperate to be a victim that you make up stuff just to be a victim of whatever it is that you think will make you money. How could those words fly out of your mouth knowing that if anybody's exploited your problems to the fullest, it's you? It's absolutely you. You, ma'am, that claim that you were a victim of SA and DV when you never were. You, you, you talking about BED at the same time you exploit that for profit rather than seek out treatment and healing. Mm, you coming online and triggering everybody and being offensive, talking about the school shooting, putting a grieving mother from the school shootings picture on your community post for attention. By the way, gross. How dare you? Shame on you for that. You talking about your elderly cat that you neglected, even though you don't love her, you never loved her, trying to still get her, use her for profit, bringing up little BBJ when you didn't give a crap about her. You didn't give a crap about your pets. You'll exploit anything for coin, anything. You'll pick a stray cat up off the street and bring it into your home for attention and just to trigger people. The desperation is real with you.
However I choose to live my life is my choice alone, and if I no longer discuss it online, it becomes no one else's business. Anyway, I think I've rambled enough, but I wanted to make an official announcement on these changes so you all, my viewers,
You know, I'm going to tell y'all right now, I don't see her sticking to any of this because Chantal is Chantal. Okay. She can't get away from who she is and what she is because she doesn't like change. She's told us that. I don't like change. Okay. So you don't like it. So you're not going to talk about your personal issues. You're not going to dump on people. I think that's great if you stuck to it. But yet you can't help yourself, Chantal. You want people to be concerned for you. You want people to know your business. You need content for these live streams. You got to be live for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours. What are you going to talk about? What are you going to do? How are you going to keep people entertained for that long? What's the game plan? You're not showing us the game plan. You're not saying this is going to be the new itinerary. What's the word? This is going to be the new content. This is what's up. We're going to talk about this, and this versus this over here. These are the topics, and these are not the topics. No game plan. You're just winging it. And you're not one of those people you can think on your feet and improvise. So you'll fall back into your old habits just because they're comfortable, just because they're familiar. And then she's going to tell us I know I said that, but I changed my mind. I didn't lie. I just changed my mind.
know what is going on and what I have planned for now. I don't like explaining myself to strangers for food choices or weight issues, and I like the idea of safeguarding my private life and health. All right, guys, that is all, and I wish you a wonderful day. Bye.
You know, Chantal, nobody asked for this video. It really did not have to be made. You could have said all of this in your live stream, but of course, you're not going to say it in your live stream. You'll save it for an 8-minute video just to get a few more ads in and get some more Google AdSense money. Nobody asked for this. Nobody needed any of this. This was not important. Instead of announcing your decision, just action, not words. Don't talk about it, be about it. Don't talk about it, just be about it. Be all about it. Don't tell us what you're going to do, just do it. Let's see it happen. If you show us versus tell us, we might believe you more. you know, put some action behind the words. So you are making this huge announcement. Dun, dun, dun. I'm making a decision for my channel. You know, you can make a decision about your channel without a video attached to it. But hey, do what you want to do. I'll see what happens. Listen, anyone on my channel, you know how I feel about the mukbangs. You know how I feel. If she does mukbang videos, if there's any interesting commentary, I'll cover it, but I'll fix it. I'll take out the video portion where you guys can't see her eat, and then I'll just cover the audio. That's how we'll handle that. That's how we'll do it. I'm here for the commentary. If it's attached to a mukbang, I'm here to cover anything else where she's not eating. But I'm not showing her B moments on camera. No, we're not doing that no more. So do as you will, Chantal, and I will do as I will. I will present my content the way that I want to, the way that I am comfortable with, and my subs can be comfortable too, and that will be that. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this react. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here, and have a good one. Bye now.